My name's AJ Wilson, and I'm here to talk about what happened on the set of First Impressions. Having tried directing one, I had a vague idea of how to start it, and luckily I was able to start it a little earlier than was needed. I had the cast assigned. I had the script written, and all that was needed was to get together. The problem with not being able to pay people is that let me rephrase that. The problem with people working for free is you don't pay them, so you're not always the priority. So I had to work around a lot of schedules because things took precedent to my film. Which is not a bad thing. I mean, I had things that had to take precedent too, like work or some family emergencies that needed to be taken care of. When we were working, there was just a lot of goofing around on my end and on the people's on the actors' end as well. I had taken a couple shots when I was doing for my rehearsal, what was for an assignment, where I actually had to turn off the camera in order to reprimand one of my actors, and it's not a fun thing, especially considering you're working with your friends. But sometimes they don't think of you as the boss, they think of you as their friend, a friend they can just pal around with, not someone who's trying to do this and take it seriously. I don't mind messing around, it's a lot of fun. It's one of the things I love about filmmaking, especially at such a low tier, is you're mostly working with your friends who are there, because they want to be there. But sometimes they don't take it as seriously as they need, and that really gets in the way of production. I was fortunate in finding that one of the actors, the actor who plays Garfield, also has interest in being a gaffer, and helped me to work on the lighting in several of the different scenes, especially the hallway light and the outside light, so everything was able to look good and not look like there was a light behind everything, which was really helpful. And the person who played Andrew, it was slowly learning how to become a boom mic operator. I mean, he didn't listen when I said, hey, if you hold your hands like this, they won't get tired as fast. I mean, but what are you gonna do? Kids are kids. He's only 17, and I have his parents' permission. Verbal contracts are binding in California. I learned that even as prepared as I wasn't as prepared as I need to be. And it has me thinking into my next project about how much more prepared I should be. I have this thing where I like to, especially because I only have one camera, I like to shoot an entire scene on just one angle, the entire scene on another, and an entire scene on another, which I think works. But as Ryan King, I think that's her name, one of the main editors for Modern Family said, it's easier to have two cameras on either subject, especially in conversation, because if someone goes off script and does a little bit of improvising, you can see their true reaction, and that's the best part, especially when you're doing comedy, because I mean, they're comedians, they're funny, they're supposed to be. They come up with quick-witted stuff. One of the biggest problems I had was tech issues. I think everything went pretty swimmingly, considering working around schedules, trying to get everyone in. Minus the tech issues, what I'll get you to in a second. I think one of the hardest parts were people forgetting. Grown adults that need constant reminding is it's kind of annoying, and one of the downfalls of having them work for free. But well, I'll get there eventually, and even if not, I'm gonna have fun on the ride. I love this. But the technical issues, I don't know what happened, but I guess my SD card corrupted. I've been able to pull most of my scenes off of it, but I haven't been able to access the scenes inside the camera, which causes me to not be able to film at all. Something happened and it filled up the SD card, so there's no memory left. So even on this video that I'm performing now, I have a brand new SD card that I had to go and buy. And SD cards are expensive. This one that I have is 8 gigabytes and cost me $14.99, but luckily I bought it at Walgreens, so I have a discount. And the regular 32 gigabytes or even higher, 30 plus. That's just 32. So on a poor man's salary, because I'm making below poverty level income levels, it's a little difficult. Not that it's not worth it. It's a lot of fun, and I don't mind putting in money. I probably put in $400 or $500 in equipment, even though I got a bunch. On set, I realized that angles really do make it. There are several angles that I have and several angles I didn't do, which I regret, that I would have liked. There's the scene where Jordan, he bends over after a massive stomach ache and looks straight into the camera and just smiles because he knows he can do what he needs to do and is not going to get in trouble for it. And then a couple minutes after, probably like 30 seconds after that, there's a scene where Andrew's sister is talking to Jordan, and then she starts berating Garfield. And I thought it would have been better to maybe get like a bust shot or like a mid shot of her berating him. Instead, I have a wide shot of it. That's something I could probably do later on, but I probably would have preferred to have it that way. We didn't shoot my scene linearly. We shot it based on people's schedule, like when it was just Jordan and Tyler who plays Andrew, and Jordan plays Jordan. I would just do Andrew's shots, but I needed Garfield and Tyler for Eli, who plays Garfield. I needed Garfield and Tyler to play, to be there for the last shots, and I only needed Jordan and Mina, who plays Andrew's sister, in the same shot. So whenever I can get certain groups of people together, we would shoot like that. Luckily, Eli, Tyler, and Jordan were always available, but Mina had biology problems, and it kept her from some of the shooting, which ended up working out because I think the performance I got from her was probably one of the best performances I could get from someone with absolutely no acting experience. She said she's never done this before, and some of it, and sometimes I'm just in complete disbelief because she's so good with the timing. I think some of it's a little bit campy. I think some of it's a little overreacted, but I think she just plays someone who's happy for their sibling in a really good, in a really nice way for someone who just really doesn't have a lot of acting experience. And she is probably one of the better actresses that I've worked with, minus Eli. But then again, he's not a professional, but he has acting experience. It's funny because like every time I cast him, I give him like the smallest roles. This time he had one line, and in another video I tried shooting with him, which is actually the video I tried shooting in Directors 1 the first time, but that one just, oh my god, sucked. He only had like 5 lines. They were pointing that out during our final shoot, how he has the most experience, but he gets the least amount of lines. I'll have to change that. He's really good, and he's really good behind the scenes. He worked electrical. He did. He was the gaffer. He did boom mic operating. Everyone did boom mic operating minus Jordan's because he was always on camera. Mina tried it. Tyler tried it. We even had some friends come over for the last take who were just there, and one of them even held the mic for a bit. So it was a good time. Hopefully this isn't over 7 minutes. When I get talking, I really get talking. But that's my experience. I think, in summary, I need to learn to be the boss. I need to learn to plan out better. But I also learned that I have a really good group of people who are there when I need them to be. And that's pretty much all I could ask for.